Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 10 Modded Minecraft, where today we're going to be taking on the Wilden Chimera, at least in the beginning, because, yeah, I don't suppose this is going to take that long, because there we go. We just right-click all of those items, a Wilden spike, a wing, and a horn, with the tablet of Summon Wilden, and then shut up, phone. We right click once more. I should probably get my sword out. And I don't think this guy will be particularly difficult with our armor set or our sword, but you never know. Hey, buddy. He does also summon in other creatures, which aren't gonna be that much of a problem. Oh, yeah. No, he's not going to be much of a problem. And now he transforms. So his first state is just this little bear type form. He launched me in the air. Next up is this thorn form. And then last time, he's going to transform one more time. And this is where his actual, like, threatening form, if I'm gonna be honest, comes in, because he gets wings. Although I don't know why he's not moving. He's just kind of sitting there letting me beat him up. Like, this guy's moving. Look at him go. But this guy, he's just sitting here. Oh, there he goes. He's recognized he needs to move. He should power bomb me here in a second. Or not. There he is. Wait, it can fly? Yeah. But you can see it's not doing any real damage to me, so oh, are you in a full defense form? Yeah, yeah. Ow. Yeah. He does what? 3.5 hearts to me, but I heal from it basically instantly. Alright. We're done with you. Go away. Yeah. It helps when you're a little OP and you get to face on some bosses with ease. Alrighty. But now that we have our actual Wilden tribute, we can use this plus our mage's spell book and upgrade it to the Archmage Spellbook. Yes, this gives us a bit more. Okay, thank you. Quest line complete. It gives us a bit more mana, as well as allows us to actually use the tier 3 spells if we ever need to. Like, some of them I don't think we'll be using, like, ever, but some of them we might actually use later on. But yeah, that completes... Oh, that's the older mods. That completes what we're going to be doing here, really, in the Ars Nouveau tab. Because, oh, yeah, I can click. Yeah. So, we'll get these cleared out as time goes on, but it's not something I'm going to sit here and go click, like just go through and get them all at once, because I don't need to. But we do want to now start to focus on the 2 remaining pieces for the Wither Compass. And if you remember, those are going to be a Nether Star Generator and a Wither Skull Scroll. Now, I believe this guy is actually going to be not that hard to automate. Oh, this is the only part that's gonna be a pain, because we have to actually do this process. Is there really no other way to get this? Because we need to make a Nether Star Generator. We need to make 8 of them to make the 8 times. We need to make 8 of the 8 times to make the 64 times. So 8 times 8 is 64. So yeah, fun. Let's go get those materials. Okay, so I've gotten all the necessary bits, I believe, except the conduit. I do need one of those. Um, Hang on, what? Where are you? I have you craftable. Like, or do I have Heart of the Seas craftable? I know I have these craftable. I don't know why they're not showing up. I'll figure that out in a minute. But we just come over here, take these smithing templates, our generators, and the netherite to make a horrible sound. And now we should... Oh, I was looking for a crafting table, and there's one right above it. We take these guys, smack them together with some echo shards to make the 8 times. And I've screwed up. I've screwed up. God dang it. Diamond. I need to make another stack of these diamond generators because I forgot to turn them into nether star generators. So this isn't hard. It just makes a furnace into a copper generator, then an iron generator, gold generator, diamond generator. And thankfully I had templates already in the system. And then I'm going to need some more netherite. But then once we actually make this nether star generator, we need skulls. So I need 7 times 8 is 58. Skull, not decal, skull. So take a stack of those. 16, 8, 56, not 58. Take 56 of those. And then redstone. We need 8 of these. Right? No. No. We need 7 stacks and 1 stack. So, skull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And did the generators? Yes, the generators completed. Generator. Diamond generator. Now we do this again because I'm stupid. There we go. Loud noise. Put these guys in. Boop, boop, boop. Nether star generators. Now we get the 8 echo shards we need. And we do this to get the 8 times nether star generators. Which, is that a quest? That is not a quest. We do that, and then we do that, and we get the 64, which is 2 quests, I believe. There we go. Yep, 2 quests. Now we can go up here and slap this guy in here. But I also believe, not that one, this one, we also need the ender generator and the magmatic generator for something. They go into this. They go into the philosopher's fuel. Okay. And these generators are those generators, which are those generators, which are obsidian generators, which is just one more step beyond, so we can actually automate that. And then what about the ender generator? They're also obsidian generators. That's easy to automate. Let's go make those. And after a little bit of crafting, I do have the patterns ready to be inserted into here. Thankfully, I can just literally just shift click them in now, so they do go in wherever there is space in these recipe slots, so down here. But the conduit is another recipe I actually didn't make just yet, but I can make it real quick because I have the Heart of the Sea automated, and the Nautilus shells, they're automated. Oh, I ran out of patterns. Yeah, pattern. There we go. Nautilus shells I can make through fish essence Or I can do conduit channeling and do a suspicious rock and get it at a 50% chance. Bulk washing, 5%. Okay, I think the essence is actually going to be the best way. So yeah, it's a good thing we have these in essence form. So we just do throw those in there. And then generator. We want the 64 magmatic. I need lava. Why do I need lava? One moment. Okay, I actually need the lava for lava buckets. So again, the essence comes in handy here, but we do need to at some point get the infinite lava cell. It's right here. This guy, the infinity lava cell, and we can actually do this. It's just a bit of crafting, and we have to get into mega cells, which I haven't quite yet done. But now we should be able to go ahead and say magmatic generator 64 times. Just the I just heh heh. Okay, I don't know what's going on here with this, because if we start at the 64 times, it requires 8 of the 8 times and a conduit, which none of this requires any kind of lava. But then we go down to the 8 times, and it requires just the regular magmatic generators and an echo shard, which the echo shard we have already on craft, or not on craft, but like generating. And then we have these guys, which they require a lava bucket, but the lava bucket we're making through the fire essence. So I don't quite understand where it's saying we need 62 lava. And yeah, I don't know what's going on there, because the recipes, like, you just saw me craft those recipes, I believe. Actually, no, you didn't. But if we take these recipes out, we start with this guy, the base. He requires a bucket of lava. But then this guy, echo shard, magmatic. We used to go with this guy, conduit, magmatic. And then lava. The lava bucket, it requires fire essence. So I don't understand why it's being weird. I think I figured it out. So here in the pattern encoder, it has these two little options right here. One for substitutions enabled, and one for fluid substitutions. Try to use fluids instead of items. So it's trying to use a lava right here instead of a lava bucket. So we actually want to turn that off. Don't use fluids. Now if we update this, throw this in here, we should see that we can now make this. Okay, awesome. And I did go ahead and make a lava bucket like maker. So that guy, it's got a ender tank. Let's probably get a little bit closer so you can see it. So I've got an ender tank just hooked up to a spout. This guy has the pattern for lava buckets, which is just a bucket that turns into a lava bucket, because this guy will just pour lava into it. And then there's a import card. Yeah, import bus underneath this depot that just picks up anything that any lava buckets. So yeah, that's how we're making lava buckets from now on. It's fine. I don't need it any other way. But now we can make what we were intending to make earlier. 164 magmatic generator. Start. And there we go. 164 magmatic generator completed. That should tick off the quest. There we go. And then all we need left is the ender generator, which should be a very quick craft. So, done. Like I said, that one was going to be a quick craft because it did not require nearly as much as this guy. But that should also go over here. This is for this guy, which is over here. So this, actually, I think it goes this and this. Yep, there and there. So yeah, we have completed, almost completed two of the items for the All the Mod Star, and we're almost there for a third. So next up is something. Oh, next up is the Iron Spells. That one's going to be interesting because we haven't played with Iron Spells all that much. Alrighty, so I did a little bit of research on Iron Spells and whatnot, and I was scrolling through scrolls to kind of figure out what to do. But this is the Irons Guidebook, which kind of takes you through most of the stuff for it, including the inks. But the problem with the inks is that common ink is quote unquote common. You can't craft it. So if we go and look at irons, ink, we do have some of the inks already. We have legendary, we have rare, we have common, uncommon, and epic. We can make the legendary from epic and an amethyst shard. We can make the epic from rare and gold. Rare can be made from uncommon and iron, and common or uncommon can be made from common and copper. But common only has a 50% chance of being made from common scrolls. So we can't actually automate the inks. So yeah, I thought we'd be able to cheese. Okay, that's a little bit of a spoiler for one of the episodes coming up. But yeah, we can't cheese the Wither scroll like I was hoping we could. Wither? Because we need this one in order to actually get this compass. So we're actually going to have to put in some work, or at least a lot more work than I thought. So I made this portal. Where's this portal go? Portal goes here to our new little area. I'm going to be using this for both irons and for a little bit of apotheosis stuff. I did a little bit of fancy tinkering right here. There's a warp portal from Ars Nouveau behind, or well, technically in this wall. You can actually use the camouflage blocks to hide the portal. And then I've got a Maho Jin projector from Maho Sukai. Give me my stuff. Actually sitting right there, and I just used these to actually move it up and change its color. So yeah, I made it look kind of fancy, kind of cool. And hey, look, there's, you can see that. But either way, if we get started in irons, I did get the Arcane Essence on Autocraft. We already had the Blaze instruction manuals kind of already, since we have a Blaze farm. So I just made a way to store all those. So I need this inscription table, which is pretty cheap. Quaint Scribe. Hello. Okay, it didn't want to render in, but now it did. Okay, so we do have this in our spellbook area, so that's why it put it in automatically. But if we go in here, that's where this was. But this, you right click it, it just goes in, and you can see it bumps up our actual like magic power from 100 to 300. So yeah, that's fun, but we don't really need that right now. It does have 10 spell slots, and because it is a blaze, when equipped, 10% more firepower and 200% max mana. That's cool. That's not what we really need right now. What we need is to do a little bit of other things. So at irons, we need to create just a good book in general. I think this is probably going to be our best bet because it's a blood spell, but we need Bloody Vellum and a ruined book. This found in likewise skulk infested cities. Ancient cities. Fun. It took me forever to find one for the bees to get the arcane essence, so yeah, not gonna go with that. We do have this. Necronomicon, no. Well, it looks like for now we're going to be sticking with either the Blaze Book or the Ironbound Tome. These are both spell books. This one has 6, this one has 10. But we also are going to need irons. We're going to need a scroll forge and an arcane anvil. It's purple. Okay. So these are 2 other important items, because this is how we're going to actually upgrade scrolls, I believe. No, this is how we upgrade and make scrolls. So we just got to be able to make some scrolls. And honestly, I don't know how we're going to make the wither. We got to find it. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. But let's start off with being able to upgrade it. So that way, once we find it, we can do that. Actually, it looks like we don't need to start off at the bottom, maybe. Because from what I understand, we just need ink, paper, and blood vials. And these are actually kind of easy to come by. You can actually get them just like straight up. Let's see. You need a cauldron. Okay, we don't have cinder essence. This comes from dropped from ancient knights, which are a mob we haven't seen quite yet. Actually, I think we have, but they're these little guys, the armor piles. But I need ink. I need paper. Iron. Yeah, okay. Oops. Give me a piece of paper. And then a regular cauldron. And a campfire. Now, normally with the R's, or not R's, the irons cauldron, where did it go? This guy, because of the cinder essence, it actually doesn't need a campfire, so you're all good there. But since we don't have it, let's slap a campfire down, slap a cauldron down, and then supposedly, oh, I need to get you out the way. I'm gonna have to put this in a different spot then. Get in the cauldron. There we go. Oh, ow. Supposedly, just by sitting in here, we can get blood. Cool. So if we take some bottles, we can just sit here and right click and we get blood vials. Awesome. Now, hopefully this means if we throw this in here, oh, Wither Skull. That's what we want. Is this actually the one? Nope. This isn't the one, but we can actually upgrade this. So this was actually way, way easier than I was thinking. So, at irons, we need more legendary ink. So if we do this, we can already make this a level 10. That... In all the tutorials that I was reading, this made it sound like it was going to be way harder than it actually was. I feel like we just cheesed this. Like, I went straight from, like, not knowing anything to getting, like, the max thing we needed. I guess this room will be more for apotheosis than irons. Okay. But that does actually complete our item. So we do now have 2 items completed for, yep, there we go, the star. We can now make the wither compass, and we can make the creative essence. Now, creative essence can be used for a couple other things, but nothing we can get right now. But yeah, that's 2 items ready to be made. And next up, I think actually we can do this one, because this one is just the dimensional seed, which is just a couple little portals, which requires apotheosis. Alrighty, so to make these guys, they're just going to be the different apotheosis shelves, and we've made some of these already. So these won't be too hard to do. It looks like this one's going to be the easiest to do real quick. Infuse dragon breath. Oh, right. We're gonna need to do this stuff. Change that stuff around a little bit. Hell shelves. Infuse hell shelves. At least. This one's gonna be the easiest. Okay. So we just need to make potions of regen, some nether bricks. Let's just make a few of those. And then I need a bookshelf. Just regular bookshelf. Okay, that's easy enough to do. Except book. I thought I already had these on craft. Apparently not. But doot. And now potion of regen. Oh hey, we can actually use. Oh no, we can't because yeah, alchemist cauldron don't have that. Brewing. Alrighty, little bit of potion crafting and a little bit of regular crafting later. We have a miniature nether portal that should take off a quest. There it goes. This soul touched. We do need infused dragon's breath for this. For this one, we need, oh, that's easy enough. And then just gotta make more of these, which is more infused dragon's breath. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? So we need to make another, actually, hang on. Can dragon's breath give me like a couple more levels? Infusion? Infusion. But I can't do it because these are all full to the max. Which means I have to make another set. Oh, that's going to be so annoying. Okay, you know what? I got to go and make another set of these. So what I'm just going to do is in here where we originally had this set up, I think I'm going to knock this wall out and try to put up the different tiers of infusion crafting back here. So, yeah, let me get to work on that. Alrighty, so I've gone ahead and set up all the way to Dragon's Breath. This guy creates these, the crystalline sea shelves. These create the hell shelves. This creates budding amethyst, which are needed for those guys. And then these are used for the Dragon's Breath, which we now have 15. I just went overkill because why not? But we do need one more of these, which is easy enough because I overcrafted stuff. But now, boom. Miniature exit portal. That should be a quest tick off. There we go. So, doot doot. Now we just need this, which I think shouldn't be too hard because, yep, we got the Draconic end shelved. We just need these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should be the miniature end portal. Done. Okay. Miniature end portal. This is actually wasn't that hard. It was just kind of annoying having to like figure out what the Eterna, Quanta, and Arcana needed to do the right enchanting setup. So yeah. But thankfully the questline actually does kind of tell you some stuff. So you can figure things out through here. Yeah. Although I don't know why this isn't ticked off. We'll figure that out later. But now we go pop these in our chest. Alrighty. That is 3 different items completed, or at least ready to be completed for the All the Mods star. So we now can make the Dimensional Seed, the Creative Essence, and the Wither Compass. So we're getting pretty far along. We've got a couple other things we need to make for a couple of the other ones, but we're progressing pretty smoothly. So that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. I'll catch you guys in the next one where we'll see what else we can take on for the All the Mods star. So, thank you for watching. I've been Dorkman191, and this has been All the Mods 10. Somebody died. Bye, y'all.